Hello, hello. Good morning and welcome to Friday, the 7th of August. Thank you. Settings. Okay, there's my button so everybody can comment. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can come over to Bridget's Astrology um, on Facebook if you would like to interact live, or please, of course, leave a comment in the comments section, and I will answer you on that platform too. So, what an interesting day! Oh my gosh, I am watching. All right, so okay. I'm just going to read the words straight away. All right, so speak with care and compassion. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Jen. How are you? So we still have the moon in Taurus. However, good morning, Louise. However, Venus is now in Libra. Good morning, Sam. So the flavor has changed. All right. So speak with care and compassion. You may be watching situations unfold, but you don't have all the accurate information yet to pass judgment. Stay true to your own path unless it directly impacts you. Distractions could just be old patterns trying to stay relevant. Good morning, DG. So the late afternoon could see a change in perspective or a different conversation emerge. All right, so like I said, the moon in Taurus is now being ruled by Venus in Libra. All right, so Venus in Libra is she's beautiful, she's elegant. Oh my God, she's got her fabulous robes on. She's all about balance and the art of relating. All right, so relationships are now way more in the spotlight or focus. All right, this could be any sort of relationships. It does not have to be intimate or like intimate relationships, as in your partner. All right, could be to friends and just relating. She's also about justice. All right, so again, there's don't pass judgment unless you are absolutely sure you have all of the information, because shit is going to change. All right, so now remember, please, that love and respect is a dialogue, it is not a monologue. All right, so when people are out there speaking in a way that is derogatory or disrespectful to somebody that they may not know, or they don't have the whole picture, or they're standing on a soapbox that it is not directly related to them, then I have a little bit of an issue with that. I guess, look, I don't know. I think it was George Carlin, or there was some comedian who had this awesome skit about, oh, you're offended. All right, being offended by somebody's words is personal judgment. All right, good morning, Johnny. How are you, darling? Um, so, so again, the other day I was talking about words. I mean, we all know that words are magical. Words create spells. Words, once you drop that pebble into the water and that ripple effect starts, cannot be taken back, especially if it is on a social platform like this. Now, our group here is a private group. Obviously, you all invite your friends. I invite my friends. This is our community, but I still put it onto YouTube. All right, so I'm still putting it out there in the world. And like I try to be as respectful as I can. Good morning, Karen. How are you? I try to be as respectful as I can to the people around me. I think carefully about the things that I'm going to say, because comfort, security, and values. All right. Moon is in Taurus. All right. I use my senses, I use my intuition. I think carefully about the words that I say and what I put out there. However, had an experience, oh my God, it could have been months ago. I don't know. It could have been a year ago, with a beautiful friend of mine. And I said something that I grew up. Okay, so I had a friend who called herself something, all right? And I used that word in conversation with another friend decades later. And the look on her face showed me that I had said something that was inappropriate. Good morning, Helen. Now I instantly sensed that there was something wrong here, and I questioned. All right, I was like, I saw that response. I don't understand. All right. And she explained the situation to me. All right. So, and it was like, okay, I didn't know that. All right. Because the word that I used was something that an old friend used for herself. Again, I'm not gonna say the words, you know, it's irrelevant. But the point was, I didn't know any better. All right, I did not know any better, and I instantly saw the situation was wrong and apologized for it profusely because I didn't know. All right, please forgive me. I didn't know. I won't do that again. All right. So I feel like today it's going to be a similar type of thing. All right. Well, I'm watching a situation unfold in my own community, and I'm like, fuck. Oh my God, there's so much to this because context, all right? Because you don't know what you don't know. People are so willing to be offended by things and then voice their opinion, and those voices cannot be unheard once they're said. So, Moon in Taurus, comfort, security, and values. Venus now in Libra, all right? So, like I said, she is about justice. She is about relating, all right? That love being a dialogue between people, not a monologue for one person to sort of say. And everybody's entitled to their own opinions, all right? However, I still think that you need to ensure that you have all the information. Now, I'm saying this specifically, good morning, Christy Braye, because the moon moves into Gemini at 4 p.m. Good morning, Paulette. And we're going to have a conjunction to Uranus in Gemini at 5 p.m. All right, so again, use your instincts, Venus is now about judgment, all right? So which means she's also going to stand back and listen to everybody, all right? She's now looking around at all the conversations that are happening, and she will, like a high court judge, she will pass judgment when all of the information is out on the table. So this is another reason why I'm saying just hold off before you pass judgment, because there are things unfolding. Mercury is still in Cancer up until Monday morning at 2:30. It goes into Leo. And so, you know, right now, Mercury is in a very sensitive feeling place, and it is all about my heritage and, my family of origin and how I feel about, about protecting my community. Whereas when it moves into Leo, it is going to speak out a lot louder. All right. So again, moon moving into Gemini at 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, we have that Uranus conjunction. So I feel like things are going to either explode or new information will come out. And then it's just going to continue to unfold. All right. So this is not yet over. And, I'm very much sort of standing back and I'm obviously, like I said, I'm voicing my opinion here very carefully because I don't want anybody to have any backlash against me, because I see deeper into this heart of the matter. All right. So and we've got the eclipses next week. All right. So there is way more yet to come and be uncovered. Thank you, Karen. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, that eclipse next week in Leo, is going to be interesting. And then the following fortnight in Pisces, again, there is a lot still to come. All right, so let's just have a look at the moon transits today so we can sort of see how it's going to be. All right, so 9 a.m., moon in Taurus. Again, we've got a very different flavor from the moon being ruled by Venus in Virgo to Venus in Libra. All right, she's analyzed all the data. She thinks, hi, Kat, how are you? She's analyzed the data, she's passed her own judgment within herself, and now, well, yeah, because she's thought about it, now she's sort of like, weighing things up, okay? So, 9 a.m., Moon sextile, there's an opportunity, Mercury in Cancer. Okay, so just again, speak with care and compassion because we don't know all of the information yet. All right, the next one we have is at 4 p.m. where the moon is square the nodes. All right, so there is some sort of challenging situation or something unfolding that when that moon moves into Gemini, so instantly we're going to have that Gemini new information coming through. 5 p.m. Uranus is involved. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't even read my own writing. Please excuse me. Um, the Uranus conjunction is all day. It's exact at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, so it's strong all day. It's actually trying to Venus at 5 p.m. I gotta stop scribbling in my book. All right, so the trine to Venus is at 5 p.m., but the moon still moves into Gemini at 4. All right, I haven't got that wrong. But you know that Uranus conjunction is especially relevant. All right, it's happening now, even though we've got that out of sign conjunction. So maybe the trine to Venus now in Libra at 5 p.m. is going to be that little bit more information coming through that allows us to weigh up our own opinions and judgments around that time with a bit more care and compassion. Good morning, Auntie Pat. How are you? All right, so that was the trine to Venus at 5 p.m. So after that, the node square, all right, again, there's like, maybe that shifting perspective is going to give you a whole new road to travel down. Good morning, Barbara. How are you? Okay, so the ones after that are going to be after 10 o'clock a.m. and by 11 p.m., we've got a trine to Pluto. Here is more clarity unfolding, all right? Pluto in Aquarius. Good morning, Julie. Pluto in Aquarius is, there's so many keywords we can use for Pluto in Aquarius. It's the transformation of society. It is technology, um, both transforming and destroying our environment. It is, that the data center conversation I had last week, or the full moon. Um, you know, we want to have more information so that we can see our society change. Yet at the same time, that's the thing that is destroying the environment. All right. So between 10 and 11, the trine to Pluto, it's going to unearth some things that that are and I think it's going to be an easy unearthing. Again, Venus now in Libra is sort of, she's like, okay, well, what's all the information? Let's weigh it up for ourselves. Okay. Now also, after 5 o'clock there is a sextile to Neptune forming. I think that might just, well, instinctually, I feel it's going to be how about you connect in with what's going on? Like really just connect in for yourself. Neptune in Aries is, there is that spiritual perspective to you, the I am. All right. So I just feel like there's an opportunity for you to spiritualize. I know that's not a proper word, but I'm gonna own it, to spiritualize any sort of situation that is unfolding. And I mean, look, I'm watching this specific situation unfold, but I'm sure that you are also watching your own situations in life unfold because the eclipses, all right? It's happening all around us. That South Node in Leo. Um, egos. Those gigantic egos are going to have to come down a notch. People are going to have to start to be more own the things that they say, own their own image as well. And you know, Stephen was saying the other day about maybe body dysmorphia. Oh, there we go. There you go. Universe said yes. Maybe body dysmorphia, and people not assessing the situations around them and having to you know voluntarily say I was wrong, potentially. Okay. So, and that's not a bad thing. Like I said at the beginning, I said something that I didn't realize was offensive, and I instantly said, please help me understand what I did wrong because I didn't know it was wrong. Okay. So there could be situations like that. And that is not bad. For you to stand up and own And is it just ignorance because you haven't had the opportunity to know better? All right, that's not something to be ashamed of. You know, educating yourself and making sure that you know what's relevant around you is it's a forever thing. All right, we are constantly changing and evolving. All right, so evolving also means that you can say, I was wrong. All right, I didn't know any better. So, again, Moon in Taurus, I feel like today is a very instinctual day where, we are weighing things up. But before we pass judgment, we have to know that we have all of the relevant information. There is still more to be exposed in this eclipse sort of window of time that we've got. So please just be careful about what you're saying. All right. Now, the big one that I've been talking about, yeah, thank you, Karen. Yes, values evolve as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So the big one, Sun trine Saturn. All right. That is midday today. I've been talking that for a week. Have you been working on any projects? Have you been implementing any new strategies in your life? This has been, like a gradual thing over the last week and a bit. So maybe today sees you actually sees a project finish or sees you getting recognition for something that you've done or something like that. And that's at midday. All right. So I think that's going to be beautiful. Now, Venus has her in conjunct to Chiron in Taurus. All right. So there's plenty of healing opportunities here. Again, though, sometimes you've just got to stand up and say, I didn't know that I could cause or wound with what I said because I didn't know. All right. So that is a adjustment for a healing opportunity at 1 a.m. So again, that's especially relevant all day as well. So all of those things are beautiful in their own way. Here we are just doing our best, and that's all we can do every day is just to do our best and to and to really feel before you speak, or act or judge or, like seriously, there is a complicated world out there and there is so much information, there is so much misinformation. So, just do your best. That's all you can do. So we are always a work in progress, learning and evolving, being humble enough to have those conversations and honest enough to own it. Thank you, Jen. That is beautifully put. And that's it. That's it. Like I'm so grateful that you are all here listening to me. And I honestly try my best every day to just say what my view is. All right. And I am always open to people saying, hey, and me going, oh my God, I didn't know, I'm sorry. All right. So whatever that is relevant in your life, when that moon moves into Gemini, you might have a sudden and shocking experience, or you may just have that elevated understanding. Uranus in Gemini is changing our thought perspectives radically. All right. So maybe it is a radical change in perspective, or maybe it is just the more information that we're waiting for. So I don't have cards. With that, I just felt the sun. There you go. When I said that, I just had that the Rider Waite card come through with that childlike innocence. Oh my God, it just does feel like that. Yes, that childlike innocence of the sun, just allowing your values to flow through, your authenticity. Just do your best at doing you. There we go. Seek balance, trust timing, and release worry. Thank you, Kath. That's beautiful. So I don't think I'll be on tomorrow, but I will definitely be back on Monday, and I will be back at our 8:30 time slot as well. So this has been an incredible week for me, and my astrological knowledge and passion has only been heightened. My understanding has deepened, and I'm just looking forward to being able to pass on this new version of my understanding to you all as well. So I love you too, DG. Thank you so much, everyone, and please take care. So bye-bye.